I absolutely love questions like this. So Law Dog, let me thank you for making this video possible. Can you live in Thailand on $800 a month with a basic apartment, a gym membership, eating at home most of the time, and going out to eat once in a while? Well, I'm gonna tell you something, Law Dog. Yes, you can, but you don't have to have a basic apartment. You don't have to eat at home. You can actually go out, you can have fun, you can enjoy yourself. You can live in an incredible spot here in Thailand, no question at all, on $800 US. Now, in this video, I'm going to address this question. I'm also going to address some comments, and I'm going to cover topics that everybody wants to know. So guys, listen, if you're only watching this video wanting to find out about the girl situation, just scroll to the end of the video. I address it there. Everybody else who's interested in learning about living in Thailand on a limited budget, such as $800 a month, like my subscriber Law Dog, this is the video for you to watch, because I'm going to cover every single thing that you can think about in this video. I'm going to give you what I think are appropriate budgets, how to budget your money, where to budget your money, and what to expect about living here in Thailand on a limited budget such as $800 US a month. So let's get right into it. You wanted to know, can you live in Thailand for $800 a month with a basic apartment and a gym membership? Well, brother, you don't have to have a basic apartment. Here is an incredible one-bedroom condo in Hua Hin. This is at the Trust Condo Complex. I've done videos about this place numerous times. And right now, here is a direct link to a listing in the Trust Condo Complex, a one-bedroom in this building, guys, for 6,000 baht. That's $186 US, okay? And you wanted to know about a gym? Well, brother, you don't have to worry about that because they have a gym on site. I've covered this in videos. Here's the gym here. You can see it. Is it a crazy, fully stocked gym? No, it's not. But again, you're on a budget, so you probably don't care. You just want a place to work out. And this has every single thing that you need. It also has a beautiful pool. And I think the location is fantastic. $186 US a month. And guys, again, I just did a video about this place, and when I did it, it was 7,000 baht a month. It's even cheaper now. Yes, you have to pay your own power bill here as well as your water. Now, I have a couple of friends who live in this complex, and they all tell me the exact same thing. They run their air conditioning pretty much 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and their power bills never exceed 1,000 baht, okay? So here's what I would suggest. Again, you're on a limited budget there, Law Dog, so I wouldn't be running the air conditioning all the time. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you straight up, it's extremely rare for me down in Phuket for my power bill to ever be over 1,000 baht. I do not sleep with air conditioning. I far prefer a fan. So when you're out, turn your air conditioning off. When you're inside the house, if you don't need the air, don't have it on. So why don't you look at budgeting about 750 baht for your power and your water? That is exactly $54 US. So your basic apartment, which is not a basic apartment, it's actually a beautiful one-bedroom condo in an incredible complex with a gymnasium and a pool on site, plus your power, works out to be exactly 6,750 baht a month. If again, you're smart with your air conditioning, that is exactly $240 US. Can you see where I'm going with this, guys? I hope so, because you are going to be amazed at the life this guy's going to be able to live here in Thailand for $800 a month. Now, straight up, none of the guys that I know that are living here on $800 a month or less have any type of medical insurance. That's not you, Law Dog. Oh no, because I went and I actually found some different insurance companies. I myself personally have been shopping around looking for a new company. I'm not completely, totally happy with my coverage. And I actually found a company that will do expats in Thailand. Are you ready for this? They'll do expats in Thailand $644 for the year. And that's basic coverage, but it does give you 100,000 US dollars of accidental accident or hospitalization care. That I think is fantastic. It works out to be $54 US a month. 1,750 baht. Now, can you get better insurance? You certainly can. But again, please understand what I'm saying. Most of the guys that I know that live in Thailand don't have insurance, okay? Please keep in mind, a lot of the guys that I'm meeting is because of my channel. They're interested in living here on a budget, et cetera, et cetera. And then there's some guys that just don't care about having insurance, okay? They think they're not gonna die. They don't worry about this, they don't worry about that. But I'm telling you, even on this budget of $800 a month, you can have insurance. Now, what I'm gonna do is in the description below, I'm going to put the contact information for the agent that I was talking to, the company that he's with, as well as his email and his WhatsApp, so that you guys can go on and you guys can see 100% you can get the same deal that I'm talking about, coverage for 1 year here in Thailand for $644 US, okay? Now, that's not to say if you're 70 some years old, you're gonna get that. I'm just telling you right now, for me, that's what I can get for basic coverage, okay? So, even on this budget, you can have insurance, which is, trust me, one of the smartest things that you can do here in Thailand. Now, before I get too far into this video, I want to address part of this comment here. I'm actually going to address the entire comment throughout this video, but I want to just touch on the spot where he talks about how, oh, it's a tight budget. You're probably going to come and try it for a bit and you're not going to like it on this amount of money. Here's the truth about this, okay? Listen, if this is your budget, Thailand is the best place in the world to try and live on this budget. Possibly Vietnam or Cambodia, but I know for a fact that you can live here in Thailand on this budget. Again, I know guys that are living here in Hua Hin right now on $800 a month, and they have incredible lives. They are happy all the time. They're out doing things. They're enjoying themselves. Listen, guys, I've become somewhat, well known for doing budget videos about living in Thailand on $1,000 a month or less. And I've done it on $800, $600. I've shown videos about living in Thailand on $600 a month. Here's the truth, okay? If you only have $800 a month, Thailand's the best place in the world to be. It really honestly is. It will go so far here that it's absolutely insane. And to give you some context, where I'm from New Brunswick, Canada, the east coast of Canada. And I'm going to tell you right now, in the city that I lived in when I was there, you cannot rent a 1-bedroom apartment now for less than $600 US a month, okay? You can't get a 1-bedroom apartment even in the shittiest part of town for $600 US a month, okay? Forget about eating, forget about food, forget about transportation, forget about all of the other things that are necessities for life. You can't even get an apartment for $600 US, okay? You're looking at right around $700, $750. So the budget is completely gone just on your apartment alone. And again, that is an absolute hole in the worst part of town, okay? So here in Thailand, as I've shown you just a few minutes ago in the opening of the video, you can get an incredible apartment. You can have an amazing life. And again, guys, I'm gonna show you in this video that, yeah, this guy on $800 a month, he can have a fantastic life. I fully understand that it's not for everybody, but let's be honest. Again, if you're on a limited budget, you know what you can afford, you know what you can expect, and man, it will blow your mind when you come here just what you can get for $800 a month. Now, food is obviously going to be your next biggest expense, and it's the one thing that you touched on in your original question, was about, you're willing to cook at home, et cetera, but you do want to go out and eat once in a while. I'm gonna tell you straight up, brother, eating in Thailand typically is cheaper eating out than it is eating at home. Is it healthier? Probably not, no, because you can really, control what you're eating at home. You're in charge of what's going into it, et cetera. But I can tell you this much, it is typically cheaper to eat out here in Thailand than it is at home. Couple of guys in the comment section talked about how, you can do this, you can do that, you can go to Macro, you can buy this, you can buy that. And I'm not going to disagree with them. These guys know because they've lived here, they know exactly what they're talking about. However, please keep in mind again, typically it's cheaper to eat out here. So what I would do is I would budget 300 baht a day, which is 9,000 baht a month. Straight up, there's going to be days that you're going to go over that. There's going to be days that you go far under that, okay? There are so many incredible options here in like Hua Hin or Phuket, Pattaya, Bangkok, Chiang Mai. You can go and have the most incredible meals for less than $3. So 100 baht, you can have an incredible meal. Now, if you're coming to a place, say like here in Hua Hin, you can go to the night markets like this one that I'm at right now. I love this night market. I've done videos about it. You would not believe some of the incredible foods that you can get here. There's full meals here. You can actually get a full grilled chicken steak dinner, a full grilled pork steak dinner for right around $2.25, which is substantially less than 100 baht. If you like tacos, they have a taco stand here where you can get incredible tacos for 100 baht. The beers here are incredibly cheap. Beers are only 60 baht here, which works out to be right around what, about $1.80. There's all kinds of different restaurants here in Thailand, any of these cities, be it Chiang Mai, Bangkok, Pattaya, Phuket, Hua Hin, where you can get incredible meals for less than 100 baht. I do it all the time. I've done numerous videos about this. As a matter of fact, there are thousands of videos out there right now on YouTube talking about the different food courts in these shopping malls here in a place like Hua Hin, where this question originated. Blueport Mall has an incredible food court where you can go and get all kinds of food for less than 100 baht. So no question at all, you can easily eat here for right around, again, I'm going to say 300 baht a day. And if you do get some cravings, like, you know, maybe you get a craving for pizza, well, just jump onto an app like Grab, and you will see that the pizza company has these specials all of the time where you can get a medium pizza, which I can tell you this much that's enough pizza for anybody to eat, 159 baht. 159 baht is less than $5 for a pizza. They also have other options. You can get like a set where you get a pizza and a Coke. But again, if you get a craving for something, yeah, you can have it. There's all kinds of different spots too where you can go and get hamburgers and stuff like this. Again, the night market that I go to, the Chang night market on just off of Soy 88, amazing, incredible foods there. You can get hamburgers, you can get sausages, you can get hot dogs, you can get Mexican food, Thai food, fried chicken, and it is so cheap, it's absolutely crazy. So you can have an incredible diet here. I'm not saying it's completely, totally healthy because you're probably going to be eating a lot of starches, a lot of carbs, stuff like this. But here's the thing, if you're on a limited budget, and let's be honest, anyone who's reaching out and asking, can I live in Thailand on $800 a month? They're on a limited budget. So they're probably not that concerned about how healthy they're eating. And if we're being completely transparent and completely honest, if you're living back in North America especially, how healthy are you eating if you're on a limited budget?
Go to the meat section. I was like, maybe a beef rib. I haven't had beef in fucking weeks, months. $25 for 2 pieces of beef ribs. I literally just got a water bottle. That's all I could get for lunch. And I'm just gonna eat scraps that I have at home.
I went to the grocery store today because I was like, oh, let me treat myself to some mashed potatoes for dinner. You know, it's night in, whatever. Literally $10 for 6 pieces of potatoes. I'm not talking about a bag or like a pack or anything like that. I'm talking about 6 pieces of potatoes.
I guarantee you this much. The food and the diet that you can have here in Thailand is going to be probably 10 times healthier for you than any of the garbage that you're going to have to eat back in North America. Here you can actually get fresh fruits and stuff like this. I'm going to tell you right now, you in this budget, you could buy fresh fruits every single day. You could get a couple of different options every single day, okay? I myself would budget probably 40 baht a day for fresh fruit. That's 1,200 baht a month. And you will actually get incredible fresh fruit. It's tasty, it's juicy, it's delicious. You're going to have to drink a lot of water. Listen, Thailand's a hot place. It honestly is. It doesn't matter if you're in the south, the north, the middle, wherever. You're going to go through a lot of water. Thankfully, it's not $1 or $2 a bottle here. It's pennies for a bottle, okay? Now, I drink a lot of water, drink a lot of beer too, boys, as we all know. but I do drink a lot of water. And my water budget every single month, I buy my water at either Big C, Tops, 7-Eleven, Mini Big C, places like this, Lotus. Anywhere I can buy water, I buy it. And my water budget is 200 baht a month, which is right around $6 US. Okay, so I'm going to tell you something, brother. You can easily eat here. Again, you can cook at home if you want to, but you're going to find for the most part it's much easier to go out and eat. Plus, it's going to get you out of the house too. Again, the fresh fruits, the water, stuff like this, all incredibly affordable here, no question at all. Again, I would budget 9,000 baht for my food, 1,200 baht for my fruit, and 200 baht for my water. Okay, that I think is a pretty simple, basic budget for that stuff. So we have 3 basic needs: food, clothing, and shelter. Now, we've already covered shelter, we've already covered food. So let's talk about clothing, okay? Listen, I'm going to tell you point blank, nobody in Thailand gives a flying what you're wearing. There's not a single girl in this country that is going to judge you because of what you're wearing. It is a hot climate, it's a sticky climate. The humidity can be through the roof at times, and most people are walking around in shorts, t-shirts, and flip-flops, okay? So I'm going to guess, because the guy did say again that he has some savings, etc., that he's coming here with some clothes. So throughout your time in Thailand, you're going to have to buy some clothing. Hear me out, okay? You do not have to go to the mall and buy Ralph Lauren or Gucci. You don't have to, brother. You can pretty much get it. Look at the ugly shit that I wear all of the time, okay? So let's just say on a monthly basis, and I'm being unbelievably goofy on this one, let's say that you need 2 pairs of flip-flops, 2 pairs of shorts, and 2 shirts, okay? Now, I don't think that there's too many people buying that much stuff that are on budgets, okay? Most of the guys that I know, they're wearing the same clothes, for months on end. Not every single day, but you don't really notice them having new shirts here, new shirts there too often. So here's what I would look at, brother. You can get all kinds of flip-flops here for 100 baht a pair. Any place you go, Tops, Big C, spots like this, you can get flip-flops for 99 cents a pair, no problem at all. So if you're buying 2, that's 200 baht. Now, you're going to need shirts and you're going to need t-shirts, okay? So straight up, let's be honest, you can get t-shirts here for 200 baht or you can get them for 100 baht. You can get shorts for 200 baht or 100 baht. There's all kinds of stuff that you can buy here on the cheap. I'm telling you right now, no question at all. Here's an example right here. You can see that these t-shirts and these stands are everywhere. You can get really nice t-shirts for 100 baht. So let's see, 1 month you get a couple of t-shirts, 1 month you get a couple of shorts, 1 month you get a couple of pairs of boxers, 1 month, etc. I'm telling you right now, okay, you can get 6 different clothing items here for 600 baht. No question at all. You can get 2 pairs of flip-flops, 2 shirts, 2 shorts for 600 baht. Maybe again, like I said, 1 month, maybe it's, 2 flip-flops and 2 boxers, 2 shirts. Break it up. What I'm telling you right now, you can easily get by, no question at all, 600 baht for this stuff. And guys, that works out to be right around 19 US dollars a month. Yeah. Now, I will say this much. I know the girls really don't care how you're dressed. One thing they definitely care about is your grooming and your hygiene, okay? So point blank, a lot of guys here like me are bald. Let's say you're not bald and you have to get your hair cut. Most guys get their hair cut once a month, so budget 200 baht for that. And then you're going to need certain things like a razor, you're going to need toothbrush, toothpaste, soaps, etc., toilet paper, and deodorant. You're definitely going to want deodorant. Listen, the girls, you can be ugly, you can be, as long as you smell good and you're not, as long as your stench can't gag a maggot, you're going to be fine. And I'm going to get to that in a few minutes too. I would budget about 500 baht a month. That's going to get you a good razor, some shaving cream. It's going to get your deodorants and everything like that. Now, straight up, you're not going to be buying the absolute best razors. You're not going to be buying the Gillette Fusion. However, I'm going to guess again that if you're asking me, can you live in Thailand on an $800 a month budget, and you ending that question with, I've got to be really careful with the budget for the first year or so, you're probably not buying the best razors wherever you live now. Here in Thailand, you can go and you can buy the Gillette Mach 3, which before the Gillette Fusion was the best razor you could get. I used them all the time. They were fantastic. I loved them. I couldn't believe how smooth they shaved me. But then when the Fusion came out, yep, I jumped to it. I'm not on a terrible limited budget though. If you are, there's all kinds of different things that you can do, like getting the Gillette Mach 3, etc., etc. Myself personally, I would budget 700 baht. That's going to get my hair cut once, and it's going to buy every single essential that you need, and that's what? Right around 20 US dollars a month, maybe 21 or 22. So budgeting is basically taking a fixed amount of money and allocating it to different expenses. Now, in this instance, we have 800 US dollars, which right now works out to be exactly 25,930 baht. So how do we take and spend that here, there, and everywhere so that it works out and we don't go over budget? Well, there's all kinds of different ways, as I've been showing you throughout this video. And I want to talk about transportation. So transportation to me is having a bike, okay? Do you have to have a bike? That's a question that you're going to have to ask yourself. So for the premise of this video, I'm going to tell you point blank, if you're, again, someone who's on an $800 budget, you're probably not going to get a bike. You can, and I'm going to cover that at the very end of the video. For me, I wouldn't live without my bike, so I would find a way in my budget to make it work, okay? But for you, let's just say you're not going to have a bike. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be taking advantage of the public transportation. You're going to be walking. Walking's free and it's goddamn healthy, okay? So there's nothing wrong with walking. I'm going to tell you something. I walk every single day down in Phuket, usually 3 to 5 kilometers every single day. There's nothing wrong with walking. You can take public transportation. There's all kinds of buses. There's song taos, okay? These are the red pickup trucks that you sit in the back of them and they take you to different spots. And what you do is you pay for a certain route. And what you're paying there is about 15 baht to go somewhere. Now, let's say you do that 20 times in a month, okay? That's only 300 baht. Now, I'm not saying that's all we're doing. We're also looking at the fact that you can get Bolt cars, you can get Grab cars, there's InDrive, there's all kinds of different ride-hailing apps. Myself personally, I love Bolt. It's never let me down. And Bolt in certain cities, such as Hua Hin, Pattaya, Bangkok, Chiang Mai, is really cheap and affordable. Down in Phuket, not so much. But here in Hua Hin, it's unbelievably affordable. And I am going to show you some examples of places that I went the last time I was here, and you're not going to believe how cheap it is. I've gone from the Trust Condo Complex that I showed you earlier, all the way down to Soi Bintabat, and it was 55 baht. I've also gone from Soi Bintabat all the way up to the Terminal Hotel Condo Complex, which is at the top of Soi 88. That's around the night market that I love. I went up there to see some friends one night, blah, 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 and it was 55 baht, okay? So let's say that you go somewhere and come back 3 times a week, okay? That's 110 baht a day, 333 baht a week, 1,320 baht for the month. I think that's incredible. So at the end of the day, you're looking at about 1,620 baht for your transportation. That's $50. That's $50 for you to get around. And again, that's taking 20 songtaos. That's taking 12 taxi rides. for $50. Bikes are incredibly cheap here. You can rent, some nice bikes really, really cheap. It's not $50. So I would budget myself personally 1,620 baht to get around on the public transportation and the Bolt cars. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Now again, this video is the direct result of a previous video I did about the cost of living in Thailand, and I ended the video talking about how I shattered my phone and what a... Listen, if you're on a really tight budget, you're not going to be able to handle emergencies and shit like that as easy as someone who doesn't have to worry about it. Let's be honest about that. All I can say is this: protect your phone, buy a good case for it, get a good screen. That way, if you do drop it, you're not worrying about replacing it. You're not obviously going to be the type of guy that's replacing his phone every single year. You're going to have to use the same phone for a couple of years. Listen, I've had the same the same Samsung for the past 2.5 years. And I love that phone. Yes, I did have to put a new screen on it, but if I didn't have to, that phone has been fantastic to me. Listen, I'll tell you this much. You can go into all kinds of different phones shops here in Thailand and buy some really, really cheap phones that are decent phones. Most likely you're not making YouTube videos, you're not doing this, you're not doing that with your phone. So it's basically a tool for you to surf the internet once in a while. You can get incredibly cheap phones here, and you can get unbelievable cheap data packages. Again, I'm with True Mobile, been with True Mobile since the very day that I landed in Thailand, and I pay 200 baht a month for unlimited data. You do not have to have Wi-Fi in your condo. Trust me when I tell you this, brother. Your phone can do everything that you need it to do. You can even stream it to your TV that comes with your condo. You do not have to have Wi-Fi in your condo. Yes, I fully understand that a lot of people have it, but are those people living on an $800 a month budget? Probably not, okay? Listen, every single thing I need to do, I do on my 200 baht a month, which is $6 and 35 cents expense through True Mobile. And I upload my YouTube videos, okay? I'm actually running a full-fledged YouTube business channel, whatever you want to call it, on my 200 baht a month package, okay? Fantastic. So let's go back and rehash this. You're not going to be able to drop your phone and break it, but if you do, just go buy a cheap one. You don't have to buy an iPhone. You don't have to buy a Samsung. There's all kinds of cheap, affordable phones here. And there's tons of affordable packages for your cell phone here. This is not like, going to North America and paying hundreds of dollars. Not only that, I'm going to tell you something. If you do have a package like through True Mobile, Facebook actually is free. You can use Facebook and it not touch your data. The only thing is you can't load pictures and stuff like that, but there is actually free Facebook here in Thailand, and I believe it's a couple of other countries around here, free. And believe me, Facebook eats up a lot of data. I don't worry about it because I have an unlimited data package. But again, Facebook is totally free. And there's a lot of free things here in Thailand, which I will get to in a few minutes. Now, I do want to talk about visas really, really quick because I know that a lot of people in the comment section are going to be like, oh, we're not factoring visas. I'm definitely going to factor in visas. Now, let's forget about the fact that this is Thailand and there are all kinds of ways to get around the visa requirements, etc., etc. Let's just forget about that for a minute, because one of the comments that this guy made is that he does have some savings. So I'm going to guess that he probably has enough money to meet the minimum requirement for the retirement visa, which is 800,000 baht. That's right around 24 to 25,000 US dollars, okay? If he has that and he can show it, his visa is only 2,000 baht for the entire year. Now, yes, that is a single entry visa into Thailand. It's not the multiple entry. If you want the multiple entry visa, it's 5,000 baht. But let's go with the fact that this guy is coming to Thailand. He wants to stay here. He wants to live here. He's going to go with the single entry because, again, he's on a budget. It's 2,000 baht, guys. That is essentially 170 baht a month. So with everything that I've showed you in this video, all of the stuff that he needs, okay? Food, clothing, shelter, insurance, okay? Grooming, etc., transportation, all of this stuff. Guys, this only comes to 22,190 baht. That leaves him with 3,800 baht for entertainment, fun, enjoyment, emergencies, if you have one, whatever. It leaves him with 3,800 baht to spend every single month. And I'm going to tell you something. Again, if you're someone who's ever lived in North America and you didn't have any disposable income, you can't imagine what you can do in Thailand with 3,800 baht, okay? Let me tell you all of the fun that you can have with 3,800 baht. I've gone on weekend getaways, guys. Full weekend getaways that cost me less than 3,800 baht. I just recently went to Phang Nga, spent a whole weekend there, had an incredible time, covered that in my latest cost of living video. If you haven't already seen it, link in the description below. I have gone to Koh Lanta for less than 3,800 baht. There are so many things that you can do, okay? You just can't possibly imagine. I will say this much, one of the things that I would do with that much disposable income, once in a while, I would rent myself a bike. As I said in the transportation section of this video, on this budget, you're probably not going to have a bike full time, but you can definitely afford to go and rent one once in a while. And what I would do is I would jump in that bike and I would head out of the city. I would go down to areas like this incredible beach. Look at this place, guys. It's absolutely gorgeous. I was down here. What I did was went across the street to this little tiny stand where they make this incredible grilled chicken. They brought it over to my table on the beach. I had just an incredible time, spent the afternoon here, had a beer or two. It was amazing. And guys, I'm going to tell you something. You can rent bikes here in Hua Hin, 200 baht a day. You can rent them down in Phuket, 200 baht a day. You can rent them just about anywhere in Thailand for 200 baht a day. No, you're not going to get a great big fancy Forza or X-Max or something like this, but you can get a decent bike that will get you around and you can have incredible adventures. There is so much stuff that you can do. There's so much fun that you can have. Listen, I fully understand that someone on this budget, they're not going to be golfing. They're not going to be doing this. They're not going to be doing that. But let's be honest. On this budget, they're not doing that back where they're from. You're barely existing on that budget any place else besides Southeast Asia, okay? Perhaps down in Colombia, Panama, places like this, but here you're going to have an incredible life. You really are. It's going to be tempered. It's not going to be what everybody is going to say, oh, is amazing. But for anybody that's on a budget, wow, I'm going to tell you something. To be able to go and rent a bike and head out to a beach again like this one right here and have some incredible food on the beach and just enjoy yourself all day. Yeah, you can do so much with 3,800 baht. It will blow your mind. You can go down to the beachfront. You can have incredible meals at nighttime. There's so many things you can do with 3,800 baht, guys. It's crazy. Now, here's the part of this comment that I want to address because I know it's the one that every single person wants me to address, and that's the girls. And what this commenter is saying is that you can just forget about the girls. Well, I'm going to point blank tell you that's not true, okay? Listen, if you're coming here and you think that you're going to get together with some smoking hot 20-year-old, yeah, you can do it, but you're going to have a ton of money. That, or you're going to have to be so hot yourself that, let's be honest, there's not a lot of us that are like that. Listen, I know guys in Thailand that have incredible partners, but what they're doing is they're dating girls who are in their age group.
Perhaps the biggest difference between East and West is how we see you, the Western male. As I've said before, we don't see what you do when you look in the mirror because we use a different grading scale. Being a little overweight or having a few extra years doesn't disqualify you the same way it does in the West, which makes Eastern women more attainable. Now, as soon as I say that, many of you assume I mean we're more affordable. And while a certain amount of that is certainly true in some cases, it doesn't change the fact that we also find you more attractive than your own women do. You can believe that or not, but it's true.
One of my favorite people in all of Thailand is my buddy Jack, who lives here in Hua Hin. And Jack's an older gentleman, and he has an incredibly wonderful, beautiful, intelligent, smart, kind, caring Thai girlfriend. They've been together for almost a year, and I've never seen him happier. He is so happy, it's crazy. He's having incredible sex. He's doing amazing things. And guess what? He's not paying a cent for it. Okay? Why? Because he's funny, he's charming, he's nice, he's kind, he's well groomed, and he's dating someone in his age group. Okay? Guys, let me tell you something point blank. There are thousands and thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of women all around Thailand who just want to be treated nice and kind. Okay? I've heard so many horror stories from women here about how horrible the men are. They're alcoholics, they beat them, they do this. A lot of them just want someone who is kind and will treat them well. Yes, it helps if you can spend a little bit of money. And guys, I'm going to tell you point blank, okay? And I'm not trying to be rude, I'm not trying to be judgmental, I'm not trying to shame anybody. But if you're not some big fat slob whose stench can gag a maggot, okay? You can easily walk up to girls, especially here in cities like Hua Hin, because the girls are a little bit older, and you can talk to them, you can invite them out for dinner, you can take them to a place like the night market right here where I'm at, where there's entertainment, there's food, there's booze, there's all kinds of fun stuff. You spend a few hundred baht on a meal, they are so happy, they're so excited. I promise you, your night is going to end up there's no question. Guys, I'm just telling you, point blank. You can go to the beach. You can meet incredible people down on the beach. There's tons of women that are walking around just trying to find someone who will be nice to them. And if you can afford to buy them Pad Krapow or a Chang beer for 60 baht, I'm going to tell you something. They will appreciate it, and they will show you how much they appreciate it. And that's the truth, guys, okay? So, yes, this commenter here, he's 100% right. If you're coming here and you're looking for a 20-year-old or something like that, forget about it, boys. If you're an older gentleman and you want to have a really good time here in Thailand, you can definitely meet girls, guys. There's no question about it. Again, groom yourself, be nice, be kind, be polite, be presentable, and don't be a complete, total cheap Charlie. Buy them a little bit of stuff. Listen, you can come to the night market like here, this market that I absolutely love. Again, there's music, there's dancing, there's so much fun. And you'd be hard pressed unless she's sitting there drinking like a fish. And most girls at this age, they're not going to be drinking like fishes, guys. You can spend 500-600 baht for the two of you and have an incredible time. And then again, like I said, your night is going to be absolutely incredible. That is just 100% the truth, boys. Okay? Again, date in your age group and be realistic. Just try it, boys. I promise you right now, what I'm telling you is 100% spend your money. Now, let's just say you're not the type of guy that can go up and approach a girl, etc., etc. Listen, there's all kinds of places, boys, that you can go and you can have whatever you want to call it, okay? Down in Phuket, there's different areas that I've shown you guys in videos where you guys can go and you can do whatever you want for about 1,500 baht. Again, if you're on this type of budget, you're only going to do that once or twice a month. Up in a place like Hua Hin, you can come and you can go to Soy Bintabat. You can go to soy 80. And guys, it's not as expensive as, it's just not, if that's what you're looking for. But if you are the type of guy, like I said, that, can talk to girls, has some type of charm or anything, guys, you can meet women here, no problem at all. Again, in your age group, be realistic about it. And I will say this much, guys, okay? I've been all around the world. And to me, I don't think there's no country in the world that has the women that Thailand has. I think Thai women are hands down the sexiest women in the world. And yes, you know what? The 20-year-old girls, they'll pop your head once in a while. But I'll tell you this much. For me, the girls that are 40 some years old, and as I've said 1,000 times before, the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my entire life is now 55 years old. She lives down in Nai Harn on Phuket, and she is, hands down, I think, the most beautiful woman that has ever walked the face of the earth, okay? So you don't have to be with it. Guys, understand this. Girls who are in their 40s here look like they're in their late 20s. Girls who are in their 50s look like they're in their 30s. That's just the way it is. They're extremely well dressed. They're healthy. Boys, come on. Have you ever been here? I mean, it's amazing. Again, like I said, the most beautiful woman I've ever seen is in her mid-50s. No question, without a doubt, the most beautiful woman I've ever seen personally is in her 50s, and she's a Thai girl. Now, unlike everything else in this video, I'm not going to tell you how much you guys should be allocating to that. Again, like I said, you can have an incredible time just taking girls out to dinner, so you don't have to be going to the crazy bars and paying for this and paying for that. You don't have to. But let's say you are someone like me who enjoys going out and having a drink once in a while. Now, if you are like me, I feel really bad for you, and most likely you need tons of therapy. But here in Thailand, you don't have to spend a crazy amount of money going out having some drinks. Listen, let's be honest, in this budget range, you're not one of these guys that's going to be on TikTok or Instagram showing yourself up on a rooftop bar in Bangkok or down on Phuket or someplace like that. You're not going to be renting private jets and boats and all of that bullshit. And you're going to be the type of guy who is probably a lot like me. Again, I pity you if you are. But I'm going to tell you something. Here in Hua Hin, at this night market right now, beers are 60 baht. Where I go down in Phuket, and again, Phuket is apparently the most expensive place in the world, according to most people. The beach bar that I go to, 60 baht beers. That's a Leo or a Chang. Now, if you want a Tiger or a Singa, it's a little bit more expensive. Myself personally, I'm a Leo guy. You don't have to spend crazy amounts of money going to bars all the time. There's tons of bars that have happy hour specials and stuff like this. If you're the type of guy who likes cocktails, you don't have to buy Johnny Walker. You don't have to buy Jack Daniels. You can buy local Thai brand alcohols, which are fantastic. Listen, it's a buzz at the end of the day. Who gives a shit what the name is on the bottle? I myself, personally, I really like gin and tonic. So I buy the Gilbey's or the Ghibli's gin here. Cheap as chips. It's about 400 baht for a big bottle. I get myself some tonic water, and that lasts me for a couple of weeks. If I wanted to go crazy, it's going to last me a week. You don't have to spend crazy amounts of money. What I would do is I would again look at this 3,800 baht that I have left over from all of the things that I actually honestly need, and I would start spending it on my entertainment. I would, go out, maybe have a massage once in a while. Massages can be anywhere from 150 baht to thousands of baht. I love the cheaper massages. I love getting the older girls because I actually want a real massage. You can, again, go meet a girl, take her to a night market, take her to the beach. Boys, I'm going to tell you straight up, Thai women love you to suggest where they're going to go. And if you take them to the beach for a picnic, to a night market, they love it. Okay, and they will love you for taking them there, boys. Okay, There's so many things you can do. Again, like I said earlier, you could rent a bike and go exploring somewhere. There's so much you can do with that 3,800 baht, boys. It will blow your mind. And again, I know it's not a lot of money. It's only about what? About 150 US dollars? But man, the time you can have for that $150 will absolutely blow your mind. So there we go, Law Dog. What do you think? Because I'm pretty sure that you can have an incredible life here in Thailand. And again, you don't have to have a basic apartment. You can have that amazing condo at the Trust Complex. Again, it's $186 a month. Link in the description below. Again, you can enjoy yourself. You can have incredible food. You can have adventures. You can explore. You can have so much fun. It's absolutely crazy. And yes, guys, you can actually have a Thai girlfriend, companionship, some fun, whatever you want to call it, even on a limited budget here in Thailand. Of that, there is no question. There's just certain things that you need to do. As I told you what to do, boys, okay? Anyways, that's it for this video, guys. Again, you can live the most incredible life here, and this is like no place in the world. I'm going to tell you that much straight up. I know that people are struggling back in North America, in Europe, in Australia and stuff, but this budget, this $800 a month budget will give you a life that you can't possibly imagine if you're from one of those countries. And again, guys, please understand this. In the comment section, there's going to be all kinds of people going on about how I'm full of shit, etc., etc. I've lived here on less than $1,000 a month. I've done it. I've shown videos of me living on $800, even $600 a month, 1 month, guys. So I know that it can be done. The only people in the comment section who are going to say that it's impossible are guys that have never lived here, or guys who simply can't say no to girls, and they're spending pretty much all of their money on girls. You don't have to, boys. You really, really don't. Anyways, again, that's it. I just want you to live your best life. And trust me, Law Dog, coming here and living in Thailand for $800 a month is going to be better than any life that you can possibly imagine in any other country. And that's all I want for you guys, to live your best life. If you're not living your best life, find out what you need to do today to get living it, because in the end, you only have one. And if that means coming to Thailand and living on a limited budget, boys, trust me, it's going to be the best life that you can possibly imagine. Till next time, cheers.